media in the room, obviously, and on Zoom. We're going to start with questions from the room. Malika?
I have two for you, Trey. First, what is it about this team? Winning game ones on the road is hard. What is it about this team that's just allowed you to consistently string this together?
Really just our attention to detail. Like we've been very focused and very locked in when it comes to preparing for our opponent. And we know we didn't get a high seed, so we got to try to steal one on the road. And game one is definitely a game that you can really surprise that team. And I think with the way we've been playing coming out of the gate, you can just tell we're really focused on our attention to details when it comes to the other team.
I gotta ask you about right before you hit that three, you did your little shimmy. What was going through your mind then? What were you trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of time. And was kind of tired a little bit, so I got a little second to get a deep breath and knock it down.
All right, Steve, you're next up.
Whether it's the Val in New York or whatever, it seems you kind of relish playing under. How have you been able to, at such a young age, have you been able to maintain your poise when you're playing in hospital environments like this and kind of play even better?
Yeah, I've always, ever since I was in middle school, when I was going on the road in middle school, I was always loved playing on the road. I love playing against the opposing crowd, an opposing team, and it feels like you're with your team and it's just them in the building. And I think that really brings our group together. We're a close group. And when you're on the road, it really forces you to come closer with your teammates to really find a way to win. And I think that's why I really like playing on the road with this team.
All right, next question comes from Sarah Spencer.
Hey, Trey, good to see you
Good to
again.
see you.
How big were Johnny and Clint in the fourth quarter? They both had two big offensive rebounds for you guys down the stretch. Just how cute was that?
Yeah, they were very big. Very big in the fourth quarter, big the whole game. They made a lot of plays down the stretch. Clint for sure on the defensive end and rebounding. And then JC with his scoring, and he had a big three in front of their bench. And then he just played really well the whole game, and it was a fun game. And those two played really well.
All right, Chris Kirshner.
Hey, Trey.
What's up?
What have you learned from Nate since he's taken over, just about leadership, whether it's on the court dictating the offense and off the court, being that guy in the locker room as a vocal leader?
Just that I know we're always in the game. He tells me that he believes that if it's a couple possessions in a game that I can win anything. And whenever you have a coach that believes in you and tells you that all the time, it really gives not only you confidence but your teammates confidence. And I think that's something that I've really taken away from him. He's taught me a lot about.
The Hawks haven't won a conference finals game before, at least since moving to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Being a part of that and being the leader of this team, what does that mean to you?
It's special. It's special. I wanted to achieve things like that when I was a rookie. Coming in, as a rookie, you don't know how hard it is until you have to actually do it. And so to achieve an accomplishment like that and winning our first of hopefully many conference games, it's a great accomplishment for our team and for the city.
All right, Joe Barden.
Hey, Trey, do you feel underestimated? I don't mean like social media or when you're looking for motivation before a game. I mean on the floor, given the shots that you are so good at, like tonight, like all that room you had with the floater early and some of the threes that you get these looks at. Do you feel that teams, are you sometimes surprised at the space you still get given all the damage you've done in this playoffs?
No, I'm not surprised because I know I can. I've seen pretty much every defense, and it's really just figuring out what type of defense they're showing that night. And so I'm not surprised. That for me, it's just trying to make the right read and figure out how they're going to guard. And they guard a certain way, and just trying to make plays and attack that way. So I'm not really surprised ever.
All right, Tim Bontemps.
Trey, to that point, it seemed like, especially early in the game, they were kind of letting you get to that floor and kind of sticking everybody else. Did you think that in particular with the hot start you got from that mid-range, did that kind of kind of ignite your game and kind of, as the game went on, force them to change what they were doing?
I don't know, maybe. To be honest, I don't really try to focus on that. I know when I played them the one game out of the three this season, they were playing the same defense tonight, and I missed a lot of floaters. I shot, I think, 17% from the field, and it just didn't work. But tonight, they played the same way, and it was a different result. So it's really just if my shots are going to go in or not. And I just got to focus and be ready to make them.
And when you talk about that belief that Nate has in you, it seems like you guys as a team kind of
Mhm.
drive on that.
Yeah.
That first game one back in New York, you guys were down in the fourth quarter. You come back and win. Obviously, the same thing happened tonight. You guys have come back a bunch of these games. Where does that belief come from in a group that has obviously gone through this for the first time to win 6 real playoff games?
Yeah, I mean, really just comes from, the leaders. We all the leaders, we really believe in each other. And the leaders of this team, from Nate down, we all just believe. And when you have a group that really believes in each other and really is fighting on the court for each other, anything can happen. And I think our team really believes that, and it's been working.
Ben Gallagher?
They went to some smaller alignments in the fourth quarter. What kind of adjustments did that require from you, or how do you attack those?
Just figuring out where the mismatch is or where the matchup is for us that we can go to, whether it's Gallo in the post or somebody on the perimeter. So, when they go to a small lineup, we just got to figure out how to attack them. And our bigs got to crash the glass a lot more, especially when they go small.
All right, Jelani's going to take over.
All right, first question from Zach Klein.
Trae, you scored or assisted on 72 points. That's basically 62% of the offense tonight, which was a conference finals record. Is this what's needed from you to get 3 more wins and move on?
I don't know. Every game brings a different challenge. Tonight, we needed it to win by 3 points. So if it's going to be needed next game, I'll be ready. But if it's not, we win, I'll be happy regardless. So that's all my goal is at the end of the day, is just try to figure out a way to help my team win.
Jeff Schultz.
Trae, do you view you guys as having any sort of ceiling this year?
What'd you say?
Do you view this team as having any sort of ceiling this year? I mean, you've already surpassed, I think, what most people thought you would do.
No. I told it. I don't know who asked me a long time ago, but I've been getting asked that a lot at the beginning of the season. And I told everybody then, like, I didn't believe we had any ceiling. I think we can go as far as we want to, and I don't think there is a ceiling unless you put the finals on it. So I believe in this team, and we all believe in each other.
Is that unique? Because it doesn't see, obviously, you know, the situations you guys have been in this year in some games and series. I mean, to have a situation where you're just, to be on a team that nothing seems to phase you guys, no situation, no road game, no injuries, no nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what the question was.
Is it unique to be? Is it unique to be in that situation?
Yeah, it's definitely unique. It's one of my favorite teams I've been a part of. This is a special group, so it's definitely a unique group.
Let's go to Justin Felder.
Hey, Trae, after that lob to John off the backboard, Kent Bazemore tweeted that you guys used to do that all the time in practice. He never thought you'd do it in a game. John looked like he had a big smile. Take me through that play, your reaction, and John seemed to be pretty pleased with it too.
Yeah, Baze, so I'll do that a couple of times in practice, and drills and things like that. So that's funny. Like we said in the locker room, he knew it was coming. He knew when it's the difference between one of my floaters and one of my passes off the backboard. So that's just the connection we have, and type of chemistry we have. So it's fun playing with him.
Last two. First from Vinny Goodwill.
Trae, when you're reading the game and you go from sort of reading the game to sort of taking it over like you did in the third quarter, is that a conscious decision? Do you read the game in the first half, or do you just decide, hey, we can make a run here and I can do it? What goes through your mind when you make that decision to be more assertive?
It's a game flow. I mean, if I got a couple shots going, if I've hit a couple in a row, my teammates are looking for me to be aggressive and to keep going. And in the third quarter, it's kind of that kind of way. Last game it was Kev. I mean, it's always a different guy sometimes. And tonight, this is kind of how it was. And my teammates were telling me to be aggressive in the third quarter and to keep going.
Okay, Trey, we got a few more actually. We'll go to Mark Schwartz from ESPN.
Trey, Nate made a really great comment a few minutes earlier. He said that your style of play is built for this time of the season. What does he mean by that?
I don't know. Maybe he just knows my mentality and just knows me. Just knows I'm all for the biggest moments. And I don't know. I feel like I've worked my whole life, and we've talked about it in our little conversations we've had, that just getting to the playoffs is something that I wanted to do this year. And as a team, and not making the last 2 years has been tough. And so just having that motivation that when we got here to be ready, it was definitely something that I was thinking about.
Why do you think that you've been able to succeed at such a high level in this scenario when so many guys going through it the first time really struggle badly?
It's a lot of reasons. I mean, when you have a coach that believes in you, and then you got great teammates around you that make plays and also believe in you, it makes my job a lot easier. So I just go out there, I have fun, enjoy the game, and just try to leave it at that. And then whatever happens, happens. So it's been fun.
Final question from Jeff Zilgett.
Trey, you just mentioned that basketball is a fun game, obviously, but there's also a lot at stake right here. So I'm wondering, do you embrace the magnitude of the situation to have fun, or do you try to downplay, how big this is and just go out and play and try to have fun? Which one is it?
I mean, I know it's a big deal, but now people believe we can win. And so that's one thing right there. So, I mean, it's a big deal, but I mean, not a lot of people think it's a big deal to us. So for us, we just got to go out there, have fun, play the right way, and keep doing what we've been doing. That's all we got to focus on.
Thank you, Trey.
Appreciate it.
Hey guys, good to see y'all in person. It's been a while. I think it was y'all were down 7 with about 4.5 minutes to go. Just what was the biggest thing that helped you guys not only get back in it, but also win this and close this one out?
I mean,